What's up guys, welcome back to our channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to create this really cute, fun, colorful teddy bear necklace using beading wire. Let's get right into it. Begin by attaching your beads onto the wire. I like to use the spool as a way to hold the wire and all the beads in place so that it's not flying everywhere and it's secure. In this case, I'm using a 7-strand 0.015 inch by 0.38 millimeter wire, and I'm gonna go ahead and string the beads off camera and come back once they're all on. Once your beads are on and you're ready to attach one of the teddy bear charms, using your set of pliers, go ahead and utilize an oval O-ring. Push the O-rings back and forth to open it up side to side. Attach it to the teddy bear charm. Close up the oval O-ring first. You really want to make sure when you're closing it up that you hear a click when you're passing it, and then come back to where they meet so that there's no opening left behind, because if this is even slightly open, it could slip off of the wire and we don't want that to happen. So just ensure that you hear that click. Then you can go ahead and slide the teddy bear onto the wire and continue stringing the rest of your beads. About every 3 beads, I'm gonna go ahead and attach one of these gorgeous cubic zirconia diamonds onto the wire as well. And it's very important to remember to attach this as you're stringing along, because they do come with the bail attachment on top and they are meant to be strung onto the wire as you're stringing along. So then again, every 3 beads, attach them onto the wire, and then attach my next teddy bear charm utilizing an oval O-ring. Just go ahead and repeat the same thing we did to the first one. Open it up side to side, attach it onto the teddy bear, and then while you're closing it up, you definitely want to look out to hear a little click like that. Pass it and then come back to where they meet. Also remember that when you are stringing your beads onto the wire, you want to make sure you kind of have it laying out so that all the charms are facing towards the front. You're not accidentally sliding it on backwards. That would really suck, because then you'd have to undo the whole thing and restring them on. Next, you can go ahead and attach the beautiful pink CZ diamond as well. And for this middle one, I'm only going to be attaching 2 beads in between the teddy bear. And I'm just going to go ahead and attach the oval O-ring onto the teddy bear. And then using my set of pliers, close it up, hear that little click, pass it and come back to where they meet, then attach it onto the wire. Attach the next 2 beads. And then the pink CZ diamond pendant. This isn't normally something that I would wear personally. It is definitely out of my comfort zone, but I do love making pieces on here just to show you guys like the different types of materials that we carry and all the fun different designs that you could make using our materials. And it's also really important to remember that the beads that I choose to put on these wires are completely up to you. This is just one way to do it. And I always try to choose new pieces that we get, new arrivals, so that you guys can see what they look like in a video format versus just a photo on our website if you're not able to come into our shop. We recently got these teddy bears in and they've been selling out super quickly. Comment down below if this is the type of piece that you would like to make. And then go ahead and attach the last teddy bear charm. The more you do it, the quicker you will get at attaching and assembling jewelry. I remember when I first started out, I wasn't as quick to get it all done, but the more I've done it, the faster I've become. Now, since all of the teddy bears are on, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish stringing the rest of the beads off camera. Once all the beads are on the wire, the next step is to attach a crimp cover. You want to go ahead and do so by attaching it from the bottom hole of the crimp cover. Next, attach a crimp bead onto the wire, and then take the wire and put the wire back into the crimp bead, creating a little knot around the crimp bead. And just pull that to tighten it up and create that knot, and you can even use a plier to have a little bit better control over it as well. Next, using your crimper tool, you want to go ahead and crimp down the bead using the bottom section of the crimper tool that kind of looks like a heart first. Press down and then turn the bead perpendicular inside of the top section of the crimper tool and press down to create that little fold over effect. Next, you can cut the wire off that's extra poking out from the top. So far, it should look like this. Then you can go ahead and grab the crimp cover and pull that to go and cover the crimp bead and close it over on top of it. Next, using an O-ring, open that up with your set of pliers side to side, attach it to the crimp cover, then attach your clasp of choice. In this case, I'm using a stainless steel lobster clasp. And then utilizing your set of pliers, as you're closing the jump ring, push your hands closer together, hear a little click as you pass the ring, just like that, and then come back to where they meet. Hearing that friction and the noise ensures that the jump ring is fully closed and that there's no opening left behind. Next, you can go ahead and slide the beads all the way to where it meets the clasp and the crimp cover. Cut off the wire from the spool, but make sure that you're giving yourself about 5 to 6 inches of wire to work with so that you can have enough space to close off the opposite side of the necklace. It's very important to ensure that the beads are not tight on the wire and there's not a lot of friction, because if there is, that could cause the wire to snap. Next, utilizing a crimp cover, go ahead and insert it from the bottom portion of the crimp cover onto the wire and let that just kind of slide down close to the last bead. Next, attach a crimp bead onto the wire. And like we did from the opposite side, go ahead and take the wire and loop it back into the crimp bead. And I like to use my plier to kind of push down that crimp bead close to the crimp cover. And then I pull the wire to create that loop around it. And so far, it should look like this. Next, I like to pull the wire out from the side of the crimp cover like this, so that I can actually have access to the crimp bead, so I can use my crimper tool to crimp down the crimp bead onto the wire. Using my crimper tool, I'm going to go ahead and press down onto the crimp bead. the bottom section of the crimper tool first. Then turn it perpendicular inside of the top section of the crimper tool. And press down to create that little fold over effect with the crimp bead. And then cut off that extra wire. Next, go ahead and close the crimp cover over on top of the crimp bead. Next, I'm going to go ahead and attach a jump ring and a little oval O-ring to the end of the crimp cover. Open up the O-ring with your set of pliers. Attach it to the end of the crimper tool. And then attach it to the oval O-ring as well. And using your set of pliers, go ahead and close the O-ring. And that's how you create this fun, super colorful teddy bear necklace. I also wanted to show you guys that in the pack of the teddy bears, they also include these 3 colors as well, which are so cute, but I just didn't think that it really went with the color scheme of these beads, so I decided to leave those out. And you can totally use these to create another design as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and were inspired to create your own piece. Be sure to check out all our previous videos for over 90 YouTube tutorials on jewelry making. You can find all these products in the description below. Thanks for watching.